Hi, hope you're having a great day. Before I start the video today, I'm going to ask a question from you. Do you know what this pattern on the screen is? If you guessed the answer correct, well done. The pattern is the Fibonacci sequence. And today I'm going to tell you some interesting facts about it. Now it's time to find out where we see the Fibonacci sequence in nature and art and how it ties to the golden ratio. I'm pretty sure if you stick to the end of the video, you're going to find out some interesting facts about the building block of nature, which is also the building block of mathematics, I would say. The Fibonacci sequence was introduced to the world by a mathematician named Leonardo of Pisa, also known as Fibonacci. He wrote a book in 1202 named The Book of Calculation, and he published about the interesting facts about this sequence. But at the same time, centuries earlier, Indian mathematicians have discovered this sequence and introduced, but Leonardo of Pisa was the one who published a book about it. So let's see how this sequence works. So it starts with the numbers 0 and 1. Then add 0 and 1 to make the next number, which is 1. So 1 plus 1 gives you 2. 2 plus 1 gives you 3. Likewise, it adds the previous two numbers together to make the next number. What is the mathematical importance of the Fibonacci sequence?
The Fibonacci sequence has a lot of mathematical significance. For one, it helps us understand growth patterns and natural phenomena in a really elegant way. It's also closely related to the golden ratio, and that ratio shows up in all sorts of geometric constructions and even in art and architecture. The sequence also pops up in computer algorithms and even in financial markets, so it has a lot of interesting applications.
Hi, where do we find the Fibonacci sequence in nature?
You can find the Fibonacci sequence in all sorts of natural patterns. For example, the arrangement of leaves on a stem often follows a spiral pattern that aligns with Fibonacci numbers, helping each leaf get maximum sunlight. You can also see it in the spirals of sunflower seeds, pine cones, and even in the shell of a nautilus. It's like nature's way of organizing itself efficiently and beautifully.
That's amazing. And how does the Fibonacci sequence relate with the golden ratio?
It's really fascinating. As you go further along in the Fibonacci sequence, if you take any number and divide it by the number before it, you'll get a ratio that gets closer and closer to the golden ratio, which is about 1.618. This ratio is considered the most aesthetically pleasing and can be found in art, architecture, and of course, nature. It's like the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are mathematical best friends.
So you mentioned about art. Can you tell me how Leonardo da Vinci used this Fibonacci sequence in his artwork?
Absolutely. Leonardo da Vinci is often associated with the golden ratio, which is closely related to the Fibonacci sequence. In his artwork like the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, he used proportions that align with the golden ratio to create a sense of harmony and balance. This ratio helps guide the placement of elements in the composition, making the artwork more pleasing to the eye. It's a subtle but powerful way to incorporate mathematics into art.
That's fascinating. In the painting Mona Lisa, which part exactly did he use the Fibonacci sequence?
In the Mona Lisa, the golden ratio, which is closely tied to the Fibonacci sequence, can be found in the proportions of the painting. For instance, the dimensions of the canvas itself are believed to follow the golden ratio. You can also see it in how her face is proportioned, and even in the placement of her hands and the horizon line in the background. It's subtle, but it definitely contributes to that sense of balance and beauty that the painting is so famous for.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.